What's up, everybody, and welcome to Season 11, our season opener here today on Car Rant. Today we're actually going to be doing this a little bit differently because we have a lot of news that we want to share. We want to be able to express all of that here in this beginning episode because it's going to affect everything else that happens for the rest of this season. Namely, first and foremost, we have a new host. We'll tell you more about him in just a little bit. Before we carry on, my name is Nick Lanza. This is Car Rant. If you're new around here, we do builds, reviews, and have candid conversations about cars and car stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about what we got going on here. Now, I'll be the first to admit that Season 10 did not go at all like we expected nor planned. All of our vehicles went down. We lost out on a lot of good opportunities and sadly had to say goodbye to a few others. A car that we had waited years to finally get back is now being sent off to some other place, and the Pajero has not been seen since the beginning of the season. Forrester's now chopped up in a bunch of pieces and sold off to a number of different owners, and we've got a new business that's helping to pay for things and keep this show and shop alive. But at the end of it all, spring and summer, it's about renewal and life and coming forth into a new era, new age. Spring and summer represent the rebirthing, if you will, of old things, a revitalization of our world and the things around us. And today, here on Car Rant, that's no exception as we move into Season 11. So I know we ended Season 10 on a bit of a quiet note. We even didn't get to finish publishing all the videos we wanted to from Season 10. Ish still has one that hasn't been gone out yet, and it's been ready for 6 months. Like, we were a little bit of a mess. And to be fair, we picked up new jobs. I picked up a new job as a home health aide, in addition to everything else with FIBCO, which we're actually out here supporting today. And John himself has also picked up other jobs. But more importantly, he's now going to be a regular appearance here on the channel. And for what, John? What are you such a big fan of? That you actually wore the shirt today.
I know, I wore the shirt. I'll be joining the Car Rant team, doing a lot of content involving Formula One. Love the sport, love talking about the sport, and now
basically anything to do with auto sports, that's what he's for.
That's me. And yeah, I mean, just covering, I'll be doing little new car releases.
Speaking of new cars,
my new car.
John got, what is it, 2021?
2021, yeah.
The GR model, specifically?
Yep. GR Supra.
Like, man, I thought I had a cool car at one point in time. I don't know if I've been upstage. I really haven't been upstage, but that's still pretty dope. You're now, are you considered the fastest on Car Rant? Yeah, I think you are. Because I'm counting like the Lone Savers guys too.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that he's now the fastest car in the Savers. Although Chris might have a run for your money with his RS4.
That's true, but yeah, I forgot about that.
That's a race that will never happen because Chris is out there in Utah. And we're out here in the west, west. We're out here in the east.
He's west.
To start off with Season 10, well, while we might not have any of those vehicles that you saw in Season 10 around us anymore because they've either been sold, traded hands, or if you've been a part of our TikTok journey, you've seen that some stuff's been modified without being brought here to YouTube, and we're going to try and fix that this season. But we have a completely new cast, and one of which that member has yet to be announced on any of the socials other than my own personal one, and that's a new car. Don't worry, you'll get the full rundown of what this thing is. This was more of an adult decision, a big boy decision, but it's one that I hope you guys will understand, but also respect, because I've needed a reliable car for a long time. All these big time YouTubers, they have cool, reliable vehicles that they can drive every day and their families can use, but I've just had the Mighty Max, and as good as Galahad is, and we'll get more into that in a second, I needed something to help pick up the slack because he's getting old. And as a result of getting old, he's starting to fall apart a little bit. And more than likely later this season, we will finally be able to do a big boy engine swap project like we wanted to do for a number of years on this channel. We just now can actually do it. And speaking of big old engine swaps, what's up with the Gold 240? Short answer is the Gold 240 is still in pieces and it's been living in my shop now for the better part of a couple months. Yes, that season closer was delayed by several months just because of stuff going on with my life, my new job, everything in between. I work 80 hours a week now almost, and it catches up to you. You know, you need time to just do your job, do your thing, recollect some money, get back together, and then reapproach things at a later date. Sometimes that's what you got to do with projects, and that's what we had to do with the 240. But even as I speak right now, our boy Yomar's getting ready to head over there and help us knock that project out. It has been far too long. It's been 3 years. 3 years since that car's run, and it's a travesty and shame. It needs to come back, especially considering we don't have a flagship car anymore. Now we've got Galahad, the green 240 now lives with Yomar as well, and the red 240 that he has lives with Ian, and he's not going to finish that too, because that was also another big engine swap project. We may as well throw it in here. It's got to get done this season. And yeah, just been a lot going on around here when it comes to stuff moving and shaking in the background. And there you have it. That's pretty much where we're at right now. We've already got a number of videos pre-planned for you, especially given that with this whole probable move situation, we want to make sure that you guys continue to get good content, that we don't have big gaps like we had last season. We want to prevent that, and that's part of why I wanted to bring John on board, because he's going to bring a whole new flavor, a whole new element to this channel. And I couldn't be more proud and excited, because he's always been around in the background. He's been at plenty of our car meets and car show bids, and we've even done a couple of videos together talking about EPA bylaws and why they're not going to be good and things like that. And you know, having him come on as an actual host is going to be good for us, because it allows us to have more time in between takes, so we can actually develop better quality videos for you. So very excited for him. I hope you guys are excited for him too. And I believe his first video is going to be about Formula One. So if that's of interest to you, stick around. And if anything else I've talked about has been of interest to you, definitely consider subbing, because starting next week, we're kicking the ball rolling. And more importantly than ever, I think we're going to be starting off on a brighter note and a brighter future that we have in many seasons. That said, God bless y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.